Welcome into the CHGO show live from Joe's on Wood Street. We love being here at Joe's. We were here for our draft party back in April. It's good to be back. I don't know much has changed with the team. They're not very good, but
they're working on it.
They're working. They should win tonight, right?
They better.
So
must win.
I told James, my son, before I left to come down here, I said, "Are you going to watch the game tonight?" He said, "Maybe." And I said, "They might actually win." And he goes, "What? Why?"
That's good parenting. You've set expectations at a right level. You've killed dreams. How old is James now?
9.
9 years old. You've already set him into reality.
Let's not do the math on how many Bears wins he's seen in his lifetime.
Let's not do the math.
Born in 2014. All right.
He's going to see one tonight, Adam Hoge.
I think we're hoping so. Bears, Panthers, Soldier Field. We are here at Joe's on Weed. Adam Hoge, Mark Carman, Greg Braggs Jr. with you. Brian Urlacher is in the house as well.
54, baby.
He's going to be joining us here shortly on the pregame show.
HOF.
Mike Singletary at the tailgate, Brian Urlacher at the watch party. What a day.
That was awesome having Singletary at the tailgate, although I've never seen a guy who wanted to be with us less. He was so overwhelmed by
the stadium. He had to get to the stadium.
He was, I don't think he realized that he won a Super Bowl in 1985, that in 2023 that people would still be worshiping to the level that Bears fans are.
Samurai Mike, baby.
It was awesome to see him.
What do you do with these tailgates that you lost your voice again?
Talking to people.
So,
over loud music.
Today's tailgate, there was a lot of enthusiasm, Adam. You missed out,
You
buddy.
missed out on the party.
Well, all right. Well, I'll carry us with the voice since mine's nice and strong right now. All right. We got some news from Soldier Field. Inactives are out. Justin Fields officially moves from outful to out.
Good move, Bears. I know that you think differently. You wrote about it today, so I'm looking forward to hearing you live right now. Give your take on why Justin Fields should be playing tonight.
Well, we'll get to that in a second. Velus Jones Jr. also inactive.
Wow.
Carman, I had a nice moment on the practice field yesterday where I realized right then and there he was not playing.
Yeah, and then I was in the locker room yesterday. You did the press conference. We split duties, and literally at one point, Bayless was the only guy at his locker in the whole locker room. Everybody else was doing whatever they were doing, and Bayless was looking at his phone. And I honestly felt bad. Like, it's over for you here. It's only a matter of time until the axe comes down. And it's just too bad because Bayless has talent, but he has not, for whatever reason, been able to put it together.
If Chase Claypool hadn't gotten traded, he might have been cut by now.
Well, remember, he was inactive at the start of the season.
Right.
And so yesterday –
I have no interest in him getting cut, by the way. They're going nowhere. I'd rather try to untap whatever.
Well, by the way, no one's claiming him out. He can go to the practice squad.
I'd rather just let him return punts at this point. What's the point of Trent Taylor? Seriously. I'd rather see
he catches the ball.
Yeah, Trent Taylor.
So there's that.
Yeah. I understand.
It's important.
But like, come on. We're in the development phase. You
need to drastically set aside your love for Velus Jones Jr., the person, and understand that he's a liability every single time he's on the field.
Development phase.
He's done absolutely nothing to earn any playing time.
Not only that, but he's messing up in areas that you wouldn't even think it. Into the punter. He's doing things that you should know without development.
I will come with you if you can get me somebody that has any level of potential, not just somebody who can fair catch a punt. We should be past.
But that's how bad it is. That is a giant upgrade.
I understand.
Simply being able to catch it and secure the football so the offense can have a drive.
I got it. There's a lot of people in the world that play football. Give me a young guy who you're interested. Put Tyler Scott back there. Let me see what he can do.
Well, I agree. Well, I think you're going to see that tonight. By the way, we're watching practice yesterday, and the reason I knew Velus Jones was inactive was because they're on kick return, and guess who's not returning kicks? Guess who's got one of those things on his helmet on scout team? That was Velus.
How about
a cushion helmet?
I think you're going to see a combination. I don't know who's going to be first. Maybe Nick can tell us from the stadium, but I think Tyler Scott could be in there. Who else was back there? Trent Taylor, I think, was back there. I wouldn't use him. It's probably going to be Tyler Scott tonight returning kicks.
And it won't be Khalil Herbert because he's not ready to go quite yet, but it could be.
It could have been if he had been playing, which is another question. I don't know why he's not playing.
It's a short week. They're trying to reacclimate these guys in a practical manner, Hoge. That's where they're being practical, unlike my idea.
Matt Eberflus, if all three guys designated to return this week, were full go in practice all week. Does that mean the decisions will be based more on the roster and not their health? Yes, that is correct. That was a direct question and a direct answer from the head coach yesterday. Not having your best running back not active? What?
Doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
I mean, you could have cut Bayless today and put Khalil Herbert in there. I don't understand it.
Right, because as big as I've been on Roschon Johnson, like you can't tell me, okay, Deontay Foreman's had a really good run here. But Roschon Johnson, I'm sorry, isn't playing over Khalil Herbert if Khalil Herbert's healthy.
All right, I don't want to be the guy that's confused on the show, but I am confused. Are you hypothesizing that Khalil Herbert is ready to play tonight and they're just not playing him for some weird reason?
All I'm going is off of what I saw. He was designated to return on Monday. He was listed at full participant all 3 days, including yesterday's practice. When that practice was over, I asked the head coach, is it safe to assume that any decisions made here are going to be based more on the roster construction and not their health? He said yes. That tells me Khalil Herbert is healthy enough to play, and they decided they didn't need him tonight because they were going to have to cut a third player. They cut 2 yesterday. They would have had to cut 3 to activate all 3 of them.
Okay.
What am I missing here?
I'll tell you what you're missing. You're not speaking Flus. You're not speaking Flus properly, and that's not what he meant. What Flus meant to say was that when Khalil Herbert is 100%, he will play and he'll be back on the field because he's our best running back. For whatever reason, he was unable to do that yesterday, but I will translate whatever he said directly to you.
How many years does it take to learn the Flus language if you go to school for it?
Listen, I was a quick study, so it took me about 3 months.
Yeah.
All right, the quarterback.
Yes.
Another guy I don't understand why he's not playing.
Interesting. Certainly interesting.
Look, I understand he's probably not 100%. He's the best player besides maybe DJ Moore.
Okay.
He could throw the ball yesterday in practice. I could see it with my own eyes. He had zip on the ball. The video we posted on CHGO, which was generously put out there today by Pat McAfee, we appreciate that.
Thank you, Pat.
Yep.
With the CHGO branding on there. That looked like a quarterback to me that was ready to play tonight.
We stood next to each other, and I said he 100% is playing. I agree that
we went inside. We were told we're going to find out who the starter is when practice was over after we saw with our own eyes, and both of us thought he was playing. So I was surprised when he was then listed as doubtful, also out.
It's shocking to me as well, and now my question leads to the Detroit game here in a week and a half. I am to assume he is going to play in that game now. Because
you are to assume
because if he does not, then there's a bigger question. You can push that question off this week and say, he's not ready yet. But when they play Detroit, if he's not starting, that's going to fire off some serious questions.
Okay. Well, as I put in my newsletter, there are people inside that building that are surprised he's not playing tonight. And there's people that thought he was going to be back for the Saints game.
Because let's say it was, there was one theory that I brought up that maybe his team, Fields' team, his agent, Fields himself, he doesn't want to go out there until he's 100% because his value drops if he comes out and fumbles or throws a pick because he can't get 100% grip. But at the same time, if he's how you guys said he looked at practice, this was the game to get going.
I agree.
The next game is on the road at Detroit against a very tough pass rush. This is at home against the Panthers.
But this is the game where Mark Carman 4 hours from now will be sitting here. Bagent went 2-2 in his 4 games.
Bagent.
The Bagent train is going to be rolling here in 4 hours. Don't look at me like that. You're going to do it.
I'm looking.
You know you're going to do it. You're not going to be the only one.
Give you those eyes?
Do not pigeonhole me into somebody who just looks at a quarterback and does the record, and that's how I come up with my analysis. I go way deeper than that. I look at his process. I look at his excitement.
You're going to love everything you see tonight against an awful football team.
That's fine. I'm not saying that I won't. If he plays well, I will be excited. That is correct. But I also that'll be based in his entire process over these 4 games. look, last week he had 3 very solid quarters, and then the fourth quarter was a disaster. The guy, everybody wants to jump down this guy's throat that he's a backup. It's like, hold on a second. He's been here for 5 seconds. So if he plays well tonight, yes, correct. I will be excited afterwards. But it's not going to be because you went 2-2 in the 4 games.
Hoge finally got the calm face that I get so many shows.
Well, I'm about to
I
have one for you too. Justin Fields does not think like, oh, the Saints are really tough, so I can't play here. Oh, the Panthers are super easy, so I should play there. Oh, I don't want to come back. That's not the mentality that QB1 has. He's not. He wants to play, period, because he wants to be out there. I would give the Bears more credit in this scenario, Hoge, Greg, if they were, hey, Justin's not ready to take snaps under center. He can throw the ball, but he can't do that, and we're not going to put him in a position where if that thumb gets dinged and it goes sideways, that he's going to miss perhaps the rest of the season. So we want to give him these next 10 days, even though, yeah, sure, he could throw the football tonight, but he's not quite ready to do everything that we want him to do, and we are protecting him because we want him to play the rest of the way. That's what I assume they're doing versus something weird. Like, what incentive would the Bears have to not play him?
Well, then I guess the other aspect of it is, okay, last week he started to ramp it up. He started to be able to practice and throw a little more. But then he also wasn't able to practice with the team, with the ones going into the Saints game. Bagent had to get those snaps. This week, they didn't have any practices, right? So he wasn't able.
Yesterday.
They had one, so that's not enough reps to get back with the ones to be ready for tonight.
And I guess that's what I disagree with that. And Ryan Poles kind of hinted at some of that on his ESPN 1000 pregame. This guy is your starting quarterback. He's in his 3rd year in the league. He should be able to come back in this offense and be just fine. And if he's not, then that's an indictment on Fields. And I don't believe that to be the case, by the way. I'm just saying, it sounds like to me they're making excuses. And if they're I honestly don't know what it is. But as I wrote in my newsletter, there's just something here that does not add up to me. Maybe they want to get one more look at Bagent. Maybe it's they feel like they could beat the Panthers without him, and they don't need Khalil Herbert either. Well, if that's the case, you better beat them then. Because if you lose tonight, and we can get to some of the ramifications of that here in a second.
If they lose tonight, I am flipping this table on the postgame show.
No, you're not. But you can do some other things that we can discuss would be a proper thing for you to do if they lose to the Panthers tonight. But that's one thing.
We got Nick, by the way.
Okay, let's go to Nick.
Yeah. Nicholas Moriano joining us from Soldier Field right now.
Moriano.
Who I think we'll have some info on maybe what didn't happen during pregame. Nick, from what I heard, there was no warm-up from Justin Fields. There was no throwing session. Is that can you confirm that?
That is correct there, Adam. The first thing Justin Fields did when he came out here, he said, "What's up to Amir Smith-Marset, you guys?" Former Bear. You know,
Carm's guy.
It was my guy.
Carm's guy, Iowa guy. But yeah, no, that was about all that he did. He's just out here kind of watching Tyson Bagent throw the wide receivers right now. And yeah, no throwing session for Justin Fields.
Okay. Nick, can we talk about what's going on with the roster, which we haven't mentioned? Stephen Carlson is up. Kari Blasegame's not playing, but they cut Marcus Stroman, which I think caught a lot of
Marcus Stroman?
Greg Stroman, not the Cub. Excuse me. They cut Greg Stroman. Yep, Marcus Stroman's opted out of his contract, which was interesting too. But I didn't get the
Bears
Stroman.
hired Craig Counsell.
The Bears hired Pedro Grafal. He'll now be doing press conferences.
Oh, I'd
for
love
the Bears.
that.
That would
Please.
be a good move. Anyway, yeah. Nick.
Anyone need a play-by-play guy?
Nick, Stroman played well. Were you surprised by the cut? How do you think that they're looking at this, making that decision?
Yeah, I mean, when you look back at when they needed guys to step up, the last time they played on Thursday Night Football, Greg Stroman made a huge play, getting the interception. So he was a guy that they obviously utilized when they needed to. But, you know, Tyreek Stevenson's out here, you guys. And from what I'm seeing, he looks to be all right. They listed him as questionable earlier. They didn't designate the injury, but he's out here with the DBs. They're kind of doing a little, just a form hitting drill right now. But, yeah, it is interesting that a guy that was productive, who was asked to fill in, is now no longer on this football team.
Yeah. What's going on with this injury report? The guy was full go all week, and all of a sudden, 5 hours for the game, he's questionable, and then he's active, and that's the other thing. They didn't say if it's the ankle or if it's something else. Who knows?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's weird, you guys. I wasn't expecting to see Tyreek Stevenson on the injury report because he just wasn't on it. And we know in the second half of that Saints game, he didn't finish out the game, but he still wasn't on the injury report. So it was interesting to see that, but he is out here right now. With Velus Jones Jr. inactive, you guys, you have Travis Homer, Tyler Scott, Roshan Johnson, and Steven Carlson that were practicing the kick return right now. I doubt you can see Steven Carlson, but the other guys, you have Tyler Scott, who's got 4 attempts other than Velus on the season right now. So I would think that he'd get an opportunity, but Travis Homer might be a guy as well. I'm
thinking Carlson got moved up because Kari Blassingame's inactive, and he can kind of be like an H-back role as an extra blocker on a handful of plays, maybe 3 tops, but that's what I'm guessing there with that move. Nick, what else are you seeing out there? Anything else that you that we can't see here at Joe's on Weed Street that we should know about?
Yeah, I'm just looking at, looks like the starting defense is out here right now. I just want to confirm that Tyreek Stevenson is the guy out there. We have Jalen Johnson. Yep. So starting secondary, it's actually, you don't usually see Jaquan Brisker, Eddie Jackson out there because one of those guys is usually injured while the other guy is active. So Bears have a full secondary right now, you guys. And, that's obviously not been the case this entire season. So they're kind of just going through the motions right now in the 7-on-7 type of period.
Nick, Montez Sweat said last week after the game, I don't know the playbook. And once I do, I'll be able to play faster. I mean, are we to expect kind of the same story here because of the short week that he's still not going to be able to make the kind of impact he wants? Or has he gotten enough into this defense to where we might see him flash a little more tonight?
I think there's a good opportunity for Montez Sweat to have an impact in this game. The Carolina Panthers tackles haven't been the greatest, and even though Montez Sweat had limited snaps, he was effective on some of those pass rushes, that long arm move. I have a feeling that we see that come out here tonight, you guys. For him to make an impact and show why the Bears traded the second round pick and then also signed him. So I think Montez Sweat has an opportunity, you guys, to do something tonight.
Nick, how sweet do the Bears look in their complete orange uniforms? Break that down, please.
I'm not really a fan of the all orange, to be completely honest, you guys.
Me neither.
Yeah, I was talking to Carmi V a little bit earlier, and we were just not. We're not a fan of all orange. I think the helmet's a little bit of a shade different than the jersey, so yeah, probably not the best person to ask, but they're out there, and there's some orange jerseys out in the stands.
Carmi V, by the way, on the show tomorrow, post game at noon. Very excited for all the Carmi V fans out there, which includes me. Thank you very much, Braggs.
Yep. We're all big Carmi B.
We are. Okay. Hoge, anything else?
No, Nick, unless you got anything else for us, Nick, but just enjoy the game. Don't enjoy the Kevin Warren pregame spread too much.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to get any of that because I was, still full off of our awesome tailgate food. But here there's like turkey, ribs, macaroni and cheese, green beans. So I might have to go get some of that right now.
All right. Well, enjoy the game, Nick.
Great pregame performance by you, Nick. Apparently your video of you throwing the football has 32,000 views on Twitter. People are in love with your, I guess, form and leather coat.
Kyle Long said I look like the guy that played Kevin Warren in the movie. Is that a diss? I don't know if that's I don't know what to make of that. But
wait, what?
So Kyle Long quote tweeted the video and said I look like the guy from who played not Kevin Warren. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's why I was confused.
Kurt Warner. Why did I? Yeah, I heard Kurt Warner in the movie. Yeah. So
I never
don't know
saw
what to
that
make
movie.
of that. Same.
What's more interesting is that Kyle Long is consistently commenting on things that include Nick. Nick and Kyle Long are
best buds.
The odd couple.
We might have to make that a show.
All right, Nick, enjoy the game. We got to roll here.
All right, you guys. See ya.
There he goes, Nicholas Moriano at Soldier Field. All right, we are here at Joe's on Weed Street. We're here with Circa. Great partner. It's a Circa Watch Party with CHGO tonight. If you're happen to be watching or listening live right now and you're looking for someplace to watch the game, get on over here to Joe's on Weed Street. Brian Urlacher is here. He's going to be joining us in a few minutes. In the meantime, if you went to the game tonight or if you're planning on going to the game, anytime you're looking for tickets, whether that's, football games, any sporting events, concerts, comedy shows, whatever it is. We hope you're using Game Time. Game Time makes it easy to buy tickets, so you don't have to worry for your next big event. Game Time is fast and easy way to buy tickets or all sports, music, comedy, and theater events near you. They always have killer last-minute deals. Just go on the app, swipe that little yellow flash button, and it's going to show you the best seats available for the best deals. Always last minute, but even if you're buying ahead of time, Game Time's great. And that's the app you want to download. Game Time has deals on tickets right up to the start of the event, even an hour after it starts. It is the place to find last-minute seats. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use code CHGO for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem code CHGO for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last-minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed.
CHGO is supported by Goose Island Beer Company. In fact, I think we could take 4 Goose Islands right now up here. That'd be amazing. Maybe 6. Chicago's beer since 1988. Always delicious. The beer roster, Oktoberfest, the Beer Hug family, 312 Wheat Ale, the Full Pocket Pills. Everyday beer, what the brewers are drinking. What's your favorite beer? Mine right now is the 312 Wheat, which I've been crushing consistently. Perhaps too consistently, but it's delicious. All right, grab an ultra fresh brewery exclusive beer at Goose Island's original brew house on Clybourne Avenue in Lincoln Park, or from their tap room on Fulton Street in Westtown. Goose Island Beer Company, Chicago's beer. Very excited that we're going to have Brian Urlacher on here in a minute, and I'm going to ask him some questions about Montez Sweat getting paid and Jalen Johnson not getting paid, and what he thinks about the quarterback situation, and what he thinks about Greg Marcus Stroman getting cut. There's a lot to cover here.
Greg Marcus Stroman. That's his new name?
Might as well be. That was
Probably on the practice
slight faux pas.
Monday.
That dude was making plays. How many interceptions do we have?
I haven't thought about him one time since the Washington game.
That's because you're busy. You've got a lot going on.
It's 'cause
Greg Stroman's a grinder. Come on now.
I mean, I like how he plays, but Josh Blackwell's back in there.
Look who it is.
Yes.
Right there. Brian, good to see you.
Unbelievable. How are you?
Headset's right there.
baby. You look
You guys
good.
got a bathroom?
Sorry, I
Brady?
didn't see
You
you.
had a
When
bathroom?
I saw you in the bathroom, I
No,
recognized
we had a good pee to start the day, and
we gave bumps on the elbows.
Did he,
good
did he
bump.
wash his hands?
We were kosher.
Did you wash
I
your
left
hands, Brian?
early, and I did wash my hands. Thank you very much. I got caught the other day because we were mid-show, and I had to go, and
You got time to wash.
Right, I raced back
problem.
to the show, and I mean, come on. Look, my guy Pat Fitzgerald, no longer the Northwestern Wildcats coach. He peed in Wrigley Field last year. Just put up the injury tent right there.
Yeah, that's what the injury tent's for.
That's what I mean.
They didn't have those back when
We
you were
didn't
playing.
have those.
I
You're
know.
right. We had to kneel on the sideline and put all the towels around you if you had to go pee,
See, that's how
or
they do
just
it.
go during the game
Yeah.
on the field.
And then everyone thought Nick,
did that.
everyone thought Nick Saban was a genius because he invented this injury tent so people couldn't see what was going on. And then I realized doing Northwestern sidelines real quickly that was just a bathroom.
That's all I do. That's a great idea, though.
Yeah.
Just pee.
Oh,
I mean,
it's great.
'cause during the game, you drink so many fluids, you got to go
Right.
for sure.
I mean, come on, who's taking breaks? So we got to win games. Let's go.
Brian, always good to see you. We haven't talked to you since the Super Bowl when we
That's
saw you in
right.
Arizona.
Yep.
You're here with Circa tonight. We got a great event going. Excited to be partnering
Yeah,
with them.
Circa's awesome. Have you guys been to their place in Vegas? Have
Well,
you seen the sports bar?
yes,
Or
it's
is it not the sports? It's the
Sports
book. The book.
the
sorry.
sports book with
The book.
with the outdoor pools and everything. It's incredible.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable what Derek's done with that place.
And
And the long bar up there right by the sports book area. I'm not a big sports book better, but watching games in there is unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean,
And they got the app
I don't
now. Now you can bet in Illinois legally on the app.
Circus taking
more
over.
importantly.
Circus taking over. We got to get up to Waukegan and go to their temporary facilities, like nicer than like 99% of any place I've ever been to in my life. So I'm looking at they're doing everything right. All right, football question: The
Okay.
Bears trade for Montez Sweat. He's been here for 5 seconds. They pay him $98 million. They need him. I get all that. I'm not.
Yeah.
You're
You're $98 million.
$98 million.
Good for him.
Yeah,
What do you guarantee?
72.
72, yeah.
Good for him. I love it when the players get paid.
I'm right. Me
I
too.
love it.
Me
Pay 'em
too.
all.
You guys, you got to the highest level. You played all your life.
How many years was that deal for? 5, 6?
4 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot of bread.
A lot
Good
of
for
dough.
him.
Lot of dough. Bears desperate, making trading high second round pick. Well, they were high second round pick. You got to pay him all that. But here's Jalen, who's been in the locker room. He's been there for 4 years. Been one of the top corners in the NFL, top 15 column, top 20, wherever you want to put him.
Yeah. Jalen Johnson, right?
Jalen Johnson,
Yeah,
right?
he's a
So
good corner.
I'm just, you're here. you're in that locker room, you're grinding, and then somebody comes in from elsewhere. I'm wondering how that would react to somebody like, how would you take that?
Well, that's what the Bears do, right?
That's what the Bears do.
That's what they've done okay.
Yeah.
I'll just give you a couple examples. Kyle Fuller played great. They got rid of him. They gave him one deal, and then when it was time to redo it again, they got rid of him. Roquan Smith, just traded him. No big deal. We don't want to pay him, so we'll just trade him. There's just a couple examples. It's just, I feel like if you draft a guy and they actually produce as a high round pick, maybe their price tag's too much. They don't want to pay him because the high round picks usually get paid more if they produce, but they don't want to give them what they're worth. Maybe, I'm not sure. I don't know how it works. It doesn't make sense to me because in my opinion, if you draft a guy and he plays well, we did good. We should pay our guy now because we actually hit it on a draft pick.
Right. You want to keep your own guys. We talk about the linebackers a lot. And I like Tremaine Edmonds.
Me too.
But
I like TJ as well.
It seemed like
Jack as well.
Well, and that's the thing. So they had Jack Sanborn on an undrafted contract. It almost seemed unnecessary to pay Tremaine Edmonds. I know he can cover a lot more. There's a lot of talk about you when they signed him about the space you could cover. Yeah, and he's a big, long guy. Type. But I mean, how would you have handled that?
I have no idea. I don't understand half the stuff that goes on when it comes to the decisions that are made. So I think Tremaine's a really good football player. If you can get him, TJ, and Jack on the field at the same time, that's a good thing. I know they have a lot of money to spend, right? They had a lot of money to spend with Tremaine, so they just you have to spend a certain amount for the cap, if I'm correct, right? You have to spend. Well, yeah, they're giving like a cash floor you have to reach. So you got to spend that. Yeah. So maybe that's why they did it. But Tremaine deserves the money. He's a really good football player. But get them all three on the field. I think it's a good thing.
Well, what about with Sanborn's like, he's not fast enough. Can't play the,
just makes plays though.
But he just makes the ball.
Who cares? Yeah. I get tired of hearing about all the measurables. That's what drives me crazy. If a guy can play, he can play. You give me a guy that runs a 4.7 but plays at 4.6 because those are guys that I want on my team. The guys that don't have to think when they play. Because you get a guy who runs a 4.4 but can't play at 4.4, then he's making too many mistakes. If that makes sense, because those are guys that can't process information fast enough.
I mean, I look at it like it's the football gene. Like, are you willing to run as hard as fast as you can and hit that dude and take on whatever it's going to mean for you because you're a football dude?
Sanborn will do that for sure.
Exactly.
That dude throws his body on the line every play for sure.
When we watched you play, it was so much of Lance Briggs, Brian Urlacher, Hunter Hillemeyer. Mm-hmm. Nowadays, you got to be in the nickel a lot, right?
Yeah, the game's changed.
And I talk with Corey Wooten every Monday. He's on with us, and he is 7 p.m. Central. He's with us.
He's playing golf and hanging out with us.
He's playing golf a lot.
Such a
good football player.
Yeah, and gives me a lot of shit.
Okay, good.
Perfect. So, yeah, exactly. Keeps me in check. And the thing, he's such a big proponent and believer in the Tampa 2. But there's a lot of people out there that think that the Tampa 2 isn't a sustainable base defense anymore. Where do you stand with the Tampa 2 and where it stands in the NFL?
I'm a Chicago 2 guy. Tampa 2 was we went when Lovely got to Chicago, went to the Chicago 2. So it's no more Tampa 2, it's Chicago 2. So I'm gonna say that.
I like that.
It worked for us, man. If you got a 3 technique that can get pressure and then a couple ends who can rush, if you got to get pressure with 4 guys, that's all there is to it because you're gonna be dropping every play. But a lot of D coordinators aren't patient enough to call cover 2 every play. Lovey was. We ran it. I think we played Green Bay. I was talking to Brett last week, Brett Favre, and we ran it 52 out of 53 plays one time we played them. We had a 4th and 1, so we ran man that play, but the other 52 snaps were all cover 2, and we beat them. It's just you have to be patient and trust your guys to get to the football. But if you're good at something, why not just do it? Let your guys play fast.
But I'm guessing when you did that, you either had Tommy Harris or a different really good 3 technique.
So it was 2007, so we weren't as good that year.
Okay,
but we did have Tommy. I think Tommy was banged up. That it was right after coming off his hamstring injury from the year before. But yeah, when you have a guy like Tommy Harris who changes the game, Tank Johnson the same way, 3 techniques that can change the game, it's easy to run cover 2 because you have guys that can disrupt in the middle.
And that seems to be what they're missing right now.
Yeah,
they just don't have that guy in the middle.
Your personnel dictates what you can do, right? Yeah. But if you have edge rushers as well, same thing. As long as you get pressure with 4, you can play off of that.
All right, when you were playing, I have the vision of you guys in the white on white uniforms.
Yes, my favorite.
I love them.
Me too.
What do you think about this orange on orange situation?
Is that what they're wearing tonight?
Well, they got the orange helmets.
Thursday night games. That's where they do the weird stuff. I don't know. I did like the orange jersey. I think we played in the orange once. 2006 versus San Fran. I think we were orange, and that's the only time we got to wear it. I like the throwbacks with the blue,
like the shorter numbers.
Oh, man, I can't think of it. Like it's not the normal blue that we wear, but it's and maybe the numbers are orange. But
yes,
yep.
Yes,
am I right with that?
The Monsters of the Midway jerseys, I think they called them.
And the helmet didn't even have a logo.
They didn't change our helmets at all, but we didn't. We wore those twice, I think. But yeah, I'll let you know when I see the game.
Wait, the orange jerseys versus Tampa, was that the really windy game? Or I'm sorry, was that the crazy windy game?
No, that was the year after the windy game. We wore. Did we wear orange that game? I think you're right. I'm not good at remembering
I just
those.
picture the return.
I
Off
know we won them both. That's all I remember.
There it is.
Yeah, Lil Vash ran 109 yards on the
Yep.
return.
You, I think, killed a guy like 90 yards downfield. if
No, I
remember
just
right.
got in the way. Actually,
Okay.
the dude. Yeah, I just got in the way at the end of the.
What
I think we were orange jerseys. I think
I think you might have been. I have this
and
vision of
06,
that play.
and 06 we wore them as well. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
What about the white on whites? Because it
love
pisses
the
me
white
off.
on
We
white.
haven't seen them in so long.
They don't. You're right. I don't see a lot of road games. We don't.
They don't-
The
they don't
old
do
linemen
it.
did not like the white on white when we wore it because they said it made them look fat. So,
They are fat.
but you're supposed to look bigger, right? But I like the white pants that we wore. I didn't like our blue pants because they weren't. For some reason, they didn't fit the same.
I love that we're going down Jersey Lane here.
Yes,
this
this
is
is
fantastic.
good.
This
So
is
many
good
different
stuff.
ones.
So, what teammate, if you were to single one guy out, this dude helped me the most on the field, made me better. Who would you say?
Gosh, just one guy.
Well, you can go.
Mike Brown.
Well, you can
Mike
go-
Brown.
Ooh.
Mike Brown. He was so early on. I didn't know what I was doing, obviously, because I just got thrown in there when Barry got hurt. But Mike knew exactly what was going on every play. So Mike was always chirping. Even when I figured it out, he was still chirping. So it was helpful. But he's the smartest guy I've ever played with. You know, if he stays healthy, there's no telling what we do. 2006, 2007. If Mike stays healthy, or even 2005, he missed the Carolina game with his calf injury. So if he stays healthy, I think we're different team those 2 years. Even 2010, if he's still here. But dude was unbelievable. I mean, always got guys lined up. If we were wrong, he would correct us. You know, he would fix us with his alignment. So just a great football player and smart guy.
I love it.
The reason I'm the Bears fan I am today is from going to Bourbonnais. Watching
Bourbon Anus.
dude, watching you guys out there was it was a pleasure.
It was great because the fans could be right there.
Yeah.
And I was at Platform my first 2 years, which was terrible. But I feel like Bourbonnais was a better fan experience. I may be wrong, but I feel like
No, it was
y'all could
football
get
heaven.
closer. Yeah, and it wasn't as hot down there either as it was in Platteville. But yeah, I actually enjoyed training camp.
I guess
Bourbonnais.
the reason I asked that is because now it's at Hallis Hall.
I know.
They upgraded the facility, so I understand the reasoning.
Yeah.
But I just felt like there was something about the team coming together down there.
So I liked going away for training camp, and I never got to experience it at Hallis Hall. But you kind of go what you are away. You're in dorms, so you're with each other all the time, and you get along really good or you piss each other off, I guess. But it was fun. I did enjoy. I didn't like Platteville, like I said, because there's no air conditioning anywhere on the facilities. But Bourbonnais was nice. The dorms were cool. The older I got, the better we got treated dorm-wise. We got better rooms, so that was nice. But yeah, it was a good spot, and the fans were great.
There's something to be said about a team finding their focus a little better at an environment like that than being in the comforts of Hallis Hall.
Bragg's just trying to correct
I
the
want to get
code.
back to Bourbonnais.
I have no idea.
So,
like I
this
said, I
is a
didn't
one-man
experience-
campaign
Yeah.
that you're on.
I'm going to get
You
it
want
done.
Bourbonnais back. Well, it's probably more money to go to Bourbonnais as well.
Yeah.
Right, you got to
Figure that into the equation. Most decisions are
I
made
think Lake
based on that.
Thornton's got enough money.
Yeah, most decisions are made based on that when it comes to football franchises, I would think.
Yeah, I know you're not in the weeds of every single player on the roster and all this, but it's got to be frustrating for you, somebody who is so ingrained in this franchise, to see them losing as much as they have recently. Did you have any type of strong reaction to Kevin Warren getting hired, and maybe just has he reached out to you? Have you talked to him?
I spoke to Kevin. Yeah, he called me. He's actually from Arizona, so he reached out to me probably a month or two after he got the job. And I like Ted as well, by the way. Ted Phillips was always great to me. When my contract was up, he redid it. So I had no problem with Ted Phillips. And maybe he wasn't a football guy, but he was a business guy, and that's basically what his job is to do, right? To run the business operations part of it. But yeah, Kevin reached out to me. I'm sorry, Mr. Warren reached out to me. I guess a couple months after he got the job. Very nice. Obviously a smart guy. Went to Notre Dame, so he knows his stuff. But he's trying to get the stadium right. Allegedly that's what they say, that they got him to try and get the stadium, the new stadium done. Allegedly, I don't know for sure.
Are you watching the quarterback situation at all? Have you paid attention to
I like the new kid.
You do like him. I like him too.
I feel like his decisions are quick, and you don't like him. You made a funny face.
Well, no, he loves them.
Okay, I didn't say love.
I think we all think he can be a really solid backup at minimum.
I'm trying not to pigeonhole the guy. He's had 3 starts.
He already started 3 games. Started 2.5.
He's 1 and 2.
He won his first one. You're right. Well, so he's got as many wins as the other guy.
That's correct.
As the starter.
that is factually correct.
It's hard. So there's not a lot around either of them, correct? DJ Moore is a badass. He's the guy on offense. I would give him the ball 20 times a game if I could somehow. Whether it's running back, the jet sweep. I know throwing the ball obviously is the best way, but man, I would get that ball to him 20 times a game. He's unbelievable with the ball in his hands.
We somehow in Chicago create this. Well, we can't. They all know that he's going to DJ. They all knew he would. Any
In
great.
Carolina,
Come on, everybody.
You're
They all know
exactly
they're going
right.
to Justin Jefferson. They all know that any
and
great
they
receiver.
still get open. But they
Right.
did. They may have. Well, you know what's playing was Cole. Cole's playing better.
Yeah.
He's making a sweet catch last week in the end zone. That was a nice touchdown catch.
Yeah.
If we run the ball, it makes the world difference. I think you get, you pull a man out of the box and you put a little pressure on everybody else. Stop the run with the man short.
Well, and I can see why you would be intrigued by Tyson Bagent. I know I listened to Lance this week on ESPN. He likes him too. I mean, you guys. I feel like you guys could have won a lot of games with just the Tyson Bagent. Like you didn't always have good enough quarterbacks.
Turnovers are what I don't like as a defensive player.
Right.
He had a few last week. But yeah, I mean, obviously I would take Justin. If I had to choose between, I would take Justin just because of athletic ability, and I think he's played a couple good games there early in the season. I know he struggles at times as well, but it's the NFL. Everyone's going to struggle. Patrick Mahomes struggles sometimes as well. It's a tough game, man, and they're going to figure you out eventually.
We got a $4.99 super chat from our friend in Kauai in
Bears on Kauai.
Yeah, Bears on Kauai. He says
Okay.
orange Urlacher jersey for the win. Also, Brian, if you want to visit, I'll get you a beer. I wasn't good enough for our guy Nick Moriano, who big timed him, but he said bear the F down. So
Bear
get out
down.
to Hawaii. Beers.
Oh, I
on.
love Hawaii. I've been there so long.
It's awesome to have you here tonight. Did you like playing on Thursday nights?
Loved it.
You did.
3-day weekend.
Yeah, see,
See,
everyone
You
says
put
that.
me
Every
on
player
Thursday.
said that.
Oh man, yeah. You could every other week would be great because you get a 3-day week. You get Friday, Saturday, Sunday off. I mean, especially if you win. I remember we played at Washington. My 8th or 9th year, we lost at Washington. The Redskins beat us on Thursday night, and then I flew down to Florida after the game and stayed for 3 days. It was because you have 3 days off. You come back, work on Monday, Tuesday off, no matter what. It was great. I enjoyed it.
So it's interesting. Guys like it. You don't
Plus,
practice
they don't
much that
sit there
way.
and- the
Here,
practice lead up to
the game plan's so small. So it used to be a division game. I think early when I first started doing these games, because you have some familiarity with the teams you're playing. So our game plans were tiny. We put like 4 calls, and not that we had a lot in the first place, but we put like 4 calls in and just do them really well. It was great. And then like I said, better off. And the practices were nothing.
Right.
You play Sunday, walk through Monday, maybe a run through Tuesday, Wednesday, travel or walk through. You're done. Great.
Go down to Florida and do some deep sea.
Then go home, go to Florida after the game. It's perfect.
You're early in your career. How long after a game would it take for your body to feel right versus late in your career?
A day or two.
A day or two early.
Literally, like my rookie year, these guys are being the cold tub. I'm like, what are you doing? I didn't get it. I got it really quick when my body started getting beat up more. But then I just got it in there. I saw it getting there. I go to house hall after the games because I live right by the facility. I go after the games. I go to the facility to get in the cold tub. So I got to jump on it before the week. But probably Wednesday or Thursday is when I would feel myself getting better, unless you get hurt somehow. Every game you're hurt, but who knows what you're dealing with.
Right. That's.
I want to ask you about Montez Sweat.
Yeah.
What do you think of him? I mean,
I don't know a lot. I mean, I've seen what he played one game. I know at that D line they had at the Redskins was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Right. They
could
traded
keep
2
all.
of them, right? They
Yeah.
traded Chase Young and him because they can't pay all 4 of them, right? Oh,
Right.
they already paid. Was it Jonathan Allen? And there's
They
one more
paid
guy.
both tackles.
Who's the
and
other tackle? I'm leaving out. That's badass.
It's Allen and
Anyway, they're both Deron Payne.
Yeah.
There-
Right,
you
they're
go.
both
Yeah.
badasses, but you can't pay all 4 guys that much money, right? And you have
That's
nobody for offense. Maybe that's why they got the quarterback they got because he's on a rookie deal. But yeah, I think he's gonna be good here. I mean, it's an upgrade, right, from what we had, and he got
Absolutely.
paid. Great.
Huge upgrade.
They need more pass rush.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I just wanted on the record that they're always telling me shorten your questions up.
That was a
the
good
shortest
That was a good
question
short one.
That was
that I've
solid.
ever done.
Yeah, no lead up, nothing,
But-
just straight question.
Just
Well,
tell
but
me about Montez.
Well, I can't tell you about him, but I know he's a good football player.
we could break that one down at another time, but I'll break it down right now. You're like, I want to ask you about it. It was like this big build up, and then it was like a 2-word question.
Tell
Yeah.
me about Montez.
Is he good?
Montez Sweat. I'll tell you what he does have is some monster arms. I mean, he looks the part, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Arms, huge. Intimidation, he has that going for him for
Yep.
sure.
I like that he stops the run too.
How did he play last week? How did
Kinda like
how did he
Wu.
do
He was
last week, his
fine.
first game?
He said he didn't know the playbook, obviously, which he just
it's-
got there.
It
But
slows you down. I don't care when you don't know what you're doing, like 100%, it slows you down.
Yeah.
Because you're thinking too much and you're not reacting.
he had like 4 really good strong rushes. Like that good long arm move where he
With
pushed the
arms
tackle. Yeah.
hang down past his knees, right?
Yeah.
It's unreal.
He was fine.
Could be okay. Every week, well, this is a short week too, so every week could get
He-
better and better.
He should get healthy tonight. The Panther offensive line
They're
is
struggling too.
It's
Bears gonna
Swiss
win?
cheese.
It should be a win tonight.
Should be.
Should be, but you never know with these guys.
I've got
Very
him winning. I've got Bagent playing well. I've got DJ Moore having a big game against his old team.
Old
Let's
team. How
go.
was the Panthers defense?
No.
Okay, but they're not great.
Not good.
No, they're fine, but they're not good at stopping the run. And Brian Burns is out
Burns is
tonight.
out.
That makes a
Oh,
huge
so
difference.
the Bears run the ball really well.
Yes.
Oh, Herbert's back. I saw that on something earlier.
Secondary's banging. He's not playing tonight.
No, they
Herbert,
actually
but-
didn't bring him back. I think they could have brought him back.
I
We were
saw
just
a thing
talking
that
about
he
that.
might be up tonight.
They decided not to bring him back. I don't understand it.
Speaking of that, but just the confusion of the Bears. If you had a head coach who could not handle press conferences and just like, said weird things all the time, and the media was on him, but like in the room, he kind of somehow was okay. Would that bother you that he couldn't?
No, I could give a shit about the media.
Right.
Honestly,
Right.
as a player. So people, when Lovey was there, they gave him a hard time. Oh, he's terrible at news conferences. He doesn't give us anything to go on. Good. But we don't base our decisions based on what media
Right,
thinks.
yeah.
We shouldn't, but it should be based on results. And if I remember correctly, Lovey got good results, didn't he? I saw
He did all
something
right.
saying
He did all
he
right.
did all right, huh?
Yeah.
How about since he left? How about let's compare it to that?
Not so much.
Oh, no,
Let's do
it's
the
been
9
bad.
years Lovey, the 9 years he was here compared to the next 9.
He had that defense though. Somebody was helping him
Well,
out.
what?
No.
Why do he have such a good defense? Who called those defenses?
Okay. All right. If we're
I
gonna
mean,
okay. You guys, I'm not trying to. I don't want to.
Somebody asked me a question. They go, if Levy would have ever had a good offensive coordinator, you guys would have won 2 Super Bowls. I go, what are you talking about? We played. Our defense is where all the money was spent. We had Ron Turner was a good OC. We had Mike Martz, and then we had I think Coach Tyson. I'm leaving somebody else out as well, but I thought those are pretty good OCs. But all of our money was spent on defense.
So, okay, if we're going down this road, let's
Let's
go
go
down this road.
Let's go.
Are we giving Jay a pass on that whole situation? I think you're a Jay guy. Am I not?
Giving him a pass on what?
On not being. If you had a top 10 quarterback with your defense, it was consistent and didn't turn the ball over, do you not win at least one Super Bowl?
I think so give me Kyle Orton my whole career.
Yeah.
Give me KO. Rex was great as well. I mean, but
I was a KO guy.
Me too. KO understood to hand the ball off. Three and out's not going to kill you. If you turn the ball over in the red zone, you're going to have a hard time. But we won KO's rookie year. We were winning games 13-12, 13-9, and that's just we were 11-5 that year.
Right.
So he understood how to take. I mean, he had some picks. Whatever. I think there was 5 in one game though versus the Bengals. But KO understood how to win football games, play defense, and hold on to the football.
This town was like so excited when the trade happened. Like KO's been doing fine.
I was excited as well because you got a guy. Because they're like, well, our defense is only going to give up 12 points a game. If we score, Jay's going to be automatic. At least 7 to 8 points you add to your point total per game. You would think, right? Automatically, it just didn't work out that way.
That was the logical thing.
It made sense. I mean, Lovey was real excited that we got him because
Everybody was
talent-wise. We
excited.
never had a guy like that.
There's the orange on orange jerseys.
Oh, that's the pants are white.
Well, I meant the helmet. I'm sorry.
Oh, those are good.
The
orange
helmet.
I thought you meant like they were orange, like orange out.
It's still
looks
white.
sweet. Little Bengali, little Cincinnati, but look at him. I like it. Look
That
coming
looks
coming
good.
ready to go. Let's
Cole's
go.
ready to rock.
That's a big dude.
Come
We
on,
met him
let's
on the sideline at Notre Dame last year for their spring game. That's a big man.
Yeah, he's on with us every Tuesday.
Nice.
And he's
Nice guy too, right?
Yeah.
You like him?
He's awesome.
Oh, he's
Maybe so.
awesome.
You seem like you're kind of
no.
It's hard to read your face right now.
No,
You're looking at the game. All right.
Got a weird
He's nervous. He's nervous.
I
Are you
love
nervous? You nervous about the game? Did you lay some action down with Circa Sports
I've
Shut up.
on
got
the Circa Sports app?
His parlays.
We're about to
never
do
hit.
our prop bets here in a little
The
bit.
parlays are horrible. You can't.
His
I
parlay.
can't win them either. Mine don't win either.
I should just stick to one particular bet, which tonight I think Bagent's. I forget exactly
You
what
put
it's
in here 186.5
what
passing yards.
Over?
over.
I like that.
Yeah, he
Come
went
on.
over last week.
The Bears went down to 3, by the way. I don't know. I don't really
Did it
watch
go
the
down to
line.
3?
It went down to 3.
It might have. Yep.
I saw that somewhere. Yeah.
That's concerning.
Why?
And
Because
I'm-
people are loading up on the Bears.
They're betting. They're
betting the
they're-
Bears.
They're betting.
Well, you
down
got to
the
find
Panthers.
out where the money is and go the opposite, right?
So I need your help
Yeah.
with something.
Okay.
We got to get Devin
Mm.
Hester in the Hall of Fame this year.
Oh yeah.
How are we going to do it?
We are going to break down the doors in Canton
Okay.
and make sure they get Devin
Okay.
Hester
Well, you
in the
don't,
Hall.
no one in
this
Canton
year.
has anything to do with the voting for the Hall of Fame.
Whoever it does, point
That's
me
the
in the
media, the smart
direction.
guys. It's all the
You
media
got to
smart
call
guys.
Dan Pompey and
Pompey.
and yell
Is
at
that
him.
who
Dan,
is Pompey his guy?
Show me
Yeah,
where
he-
Dan Pompey lives because we
Pompey's
need to
trust me.
get-
Oh,
It's
Dan's
not
doing
Pompey.
everything he can.
He's his presenter, like trying
Yeah.
to get him in. Like
Okay.
even he's pleading his case for Devin, which
I
there should
need
be
it.
no case to plead. It should be, pretty
And-
right there in front of you.
I
But
need it.
okay,
This is where I also get in trouble,
he's-
by the way, because I say like a guy like 54 was out there all the
every
time.
play,
Yeah.
special team, play 10 plays a game.
Yeah,
And I think
exactly.
Devin,
Thank you.
will get in. It may not be whenever, but he will get in. But you look at I don't know how Zach Thomas took him 10 years to get in.
Right,
Zach Thomas, in my opinion, shouldn't take Terrell Owens 3 years to get in.
right.
Doesn't make sense.
No,
Well,
but-
to me, it doesn't.
right.
Well, I mean this.
T.O. was a first ballot all day.
But the media didn't like him, so it took him 2 years to put him in. But they shouldn't matter if they like you or not. Your play. I thought you were being inducted based on what you did on the field. That's
Right.
my take of it.
Well, I look at it like,
Could be
you know,
wrong.
Mariano Rivera, closer, gets in the Hall of Fame. He's not a starting pitcher, but he deserves
That's
to be in the Hall.
totally
Right?
different.
Different. That's
It is
so
not different.
Oh, come on.
Devin Hester, it's a position in the league. It deserves a spot in the Hall, just like kicker,
Mhm.
just like long snapper. We can put Pat Manley in there too, for all I care.
You
But we
cannot
got to get Devin
separate.
Hester in there.
You can't. Mariano Rivera. I mean,
He got the final
Devin
3
Hester,
outs
Mariano
of the
Rivera.
game.
He also had how many rings?
Yeah.
That makes a
Well,
Devin
we're
difference.
Hester
five.
and Mariano Rivera is a good comp.
No,
And
it's
I will
not.
fight all three of
I
you.
like your other question about Montez Sweat, but I don't like this question. This argument's terrible. Maybe can you make his question shorter?
I-
Those arguments.
I would say maybe the dumbest point you've ever made.
It is
And
not.
You just
It is
compared
not.
Mariano Rivera to Devin Hester. Did
I will-
Mariano get in like was he what are they called, unanimous?
Yeah.
No, because one person always votes no because they don't want a unanimous person in the Hall of
he
Fame.
was his percentage was
Were
like
you
98.
unanimous?
No one's ever been unanimous.
Okay.
Well, not
I
that,
couldn't
that's
remember
why
that.
I'll bet
Yeah.
you Tom Brady's not unanimous either. Someone's gonna be like, I'm not gonna vote for him. He didn't give me an interview after week 3 when they got beat and he tore his knee up. He didn't talk to me after the game.
And he had Belichick, which, by the way, I love. How about this? Bill Belichick leaves New England. Would you hire him to be the Bears head coach?
Ooh, yeah, why not? He's a winner.
He's the best
He
of all
wins
time.
everywhere.
Yes.
He
That's a
won-
yes.
What do you have? 9 rings?
What
Oh,
about-
no, 8? He has 8. 2 with the Giants or 1 with the Giants?
See, this weird argument by me, admittedly.
This is like when they hired Trestman over Arians. You're the best coach available. You hire the best coach.
He tries to do everything he can to win. Everything.
Dude, you're okay.
No stone goes unturned with that guy.
Lovey's doing the right. He's playing it the right way. He's got all the integrity. This guy's over here to
So you know, Lovey was the defensive coordinator in St. Louis
St. Louis, yeah.
when they filmed their stuff.
Would
right?
would you be a Jim Harbaugh
yeah,
guy?
Boca-
Yeah. Who wins? What do you mean? Because he filmed that someone's signals.
Right.
Change your signals.
I want Jim
Don't make it so
Harbaugh
easy.
badly.
I mean, you think every quarterback in the league doesn't know what signal you're putting out there when you're doing this on defense, or they know what you're doing because they have the TV copy and they have the other stuff. So it's not that big of a deal.
Brian, we appreciate you being
Yeah,
here. We're
thank
almost
you.
getting to
You're the
kick
best
off
of
here.
you.
Good luck.
We're
I hope you
gonna-
win your bet.
Let's go. Brian Urlacher here
Thank
at Joe's on Weed.
Yeah.
You're gonna help me this offseason.
We're going to see
getting
it
him in.
Circa in Vegas for the Super Bowl. There we go. He said it'll be there.
I'll be in
We'll
the
be there too.
pool drinking whiskey and cokes. If you want to.
Al,
Making
and
bad
Margaret
arguments
and Billy
about
Everything's going to be out there.
All right. We thank Brian Urlacher for jumping on with us. And by the way, speaking of Circa, they are our favorite sports book here because they have the tight money line splits, the low hold model. They have the best splits. They strive to be minus 110 on the splits on the Circa Sports menu, unlike other sports books, which may use minus 115, minus 120. So if you're looking to make a wager on this game tonight, check out Circa. They keep as little money as possible on large market bets. They do not limit players based on their winnings. Every player has the same limits, unlike other books who do limit winning players. And they encourage you, download, explore other sports betting apps available. You're going to see when you compare the lines that Circa's got you the best ones. Plus, they have real people behind the Circa Sports brand who resolve issues in a timely fashion. Download the Circa Sports Illinois app at circasports.com/Illinois-app. You can do that right now, tonight. Download the Circa Sports Illinois app. Sign up today. Also be on the lookout for Circa events, watch parties, and tailgates. If you or someone you know may have a problem with gambling, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Text GAMB to 833-234. Visit areyourreallywinning.com.
How cool is it to chop it up at 54? A lot of fun. All right. Great to see everybody out here, by the way. Check out Circa. Love one of our favorite partners. It's awesome.
Have
to
you
be with
found
them.
the ad you're supposed to read? Yet?
I know what I'm doing. Yes, Hoge loves just to. I know it's Foco, and I love my friends at Foco, and I want to fight. I want to fight with. Well, I want to fight with.
Tell
Hoge.
us about
All right,
Foco.
Let me just produce on the show.
And
The kickoff in 3.5 minutes. We have 5 super chats to get to and 3 ads. Would
Oh,
you like
okay.
to start?
kickoff's until 7:20. Get fitted out of this.
7:15.
Get fitted out of the best sports gear around: hoodies, shoes, signs, bobbleheads, and everything in between.
I
Baseball
love you.
season. Actually, it's not baseball season; it's football season. We have everything there for you as well. Set decorations, which you see when we're back at home. Thank you to our friends at Foco. Listen, go to Foco, FOCO.com, or click the link in the description below for all non-presale items. Use that code CHGO for 10% off. Thank you to our friends at Foco, the best stuff
How many CHGO diehards do we have at the tailgate today?
How many diehards?
70, 100.
7,100.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Mariano
Roughly.
Rivera is here.
That's a lot. Well, if you are
Hey,
a CHGO
listen.
the reason you should be a diehard, right, is because
Because it's the best time as ever to
Yes.
sign up to become one. You can get a free shirt right out the gate.
we got hats now.
We got hats now, sweet swag, discounts on all future merchandise. Even after you get that free shirt out the gate, you get exclusive access to content that other people can't get unless you're a diehard, like Adam Hoge's newsletter, like he was talking about earlier. He puts out weekly. Mark Carman's grades he puts out
Great
after
grades.
every game. We have a Discord chat that's exclusive only to our diehards, so they can have nuanced conversations beyond the mean streets of Bears Twitter. A lot of great content across all our teams, not just Bears, Bulls, Blackhawks, Cubs, White Sox, all our live events. You get discounts on everything that we have coming up, whether it's Bulls takeovers or Blackhawks, watch parties and everything in between. Now, as good a time as ever to become a diehard, so sign up today. And also, shout out to Gary Ross. The guy epitomizes being a CHGO diehard, and it's his birthday today.
Wait. Let me do this because he's going to get mad if I don't. Gary, we love you. Happy birthday.
Happy
birthday,
Gary Ross, baby.
Yes.
Yeah,
Love that guy.
You're a hero.
Also, happy birthday to my nephew, Weston.
Weston.
He's the best in.
5 super chats. And
Real quick before we get to that, we are here at Joe's on Weed. If you're in the neighborhood, come by. We're going to be watching the game here. We got post game here as well. And Brian Urlacher, for those of you here right now, is signing in the room next door. So just want to make sure everybody knows that. And we got some super chats before we get out of here as well.
we have our prop bets.
And we got prop bets.
Go quick.
Yeah, my prop bet is Cole Kmet touchdown tonight. I think he's going to keep that rolling. That is plus 190. Carm likes the Bears minus 3.5. Bagent to go over 186.5 passing yards, and DJ Moore to go over 55.5 receiving. If you parlay that all together with Circa, it's plus 465.
And I've set the line at 2.5 whiskey and cokes during
Wow.
the game. 2.5 for Greg.
So I'm going to take the over on that. Way over.
Me too.
Hammer the over.
And even Circa is not going to give you minus 110 on that one. You can't do card blasting game tonight.
I know.
It's
That's why I
a
took
bummer.
the drink over under.
Good job.
Dominic, $5 super chat. Just wanted to say, go Bears. Our guy Mark,
Way to go, Dominic.
our guy Mark says, "Hey boys, good morning."
Frangilo.
Because he's in England and it's already morning there. Tyson, he's $9.99 super chat, by the way. Tyson is going to have a big game. Got my Bagent 17 hoodie
There you go.
and Secret Bagent Man tee today.
Whoa.
There it is. Swinging in from West Virginia.
I think those are from courtesy of Obvious Shirts, I believe. Shout out to them. Bears 31, Panthers 17. Got my Goose IPA on chill. Riley jumps in with a $4.99. Happy holidays, guys, especially you, Krampus.
There's a man who isn't afraid of danger. That's for you, buddy. Thank you so much.
Chintu Gandhi, $5. Hello from Texas. Never posted my comment, but love the show. We love you too. Brian, $5. Love you, 54. Who was the best player you ever played with? Was it Tommy? Did we do that one already?
He
It was
answered. I asked
Devin
him.
Hester.
He said Mike Brown,
Yeah.
and the look that he gave you was one that he's like, Devin can wait.
Justin has beef, though, with Urlacher. $5 says, Brian, why did you and Mike Brown always skip the autograph line in Platteville? Broke my 9-year-old daughter's heart.
What a
She
super
was.
chat.
I'm sorry. Justin was 9 years old. Broke my 9-year-old heart. Still my favorite. Bear down. Well,
Bear
he's-
down.
Well, he's signing autographs right here, so you should be here. I keep wanting to call this Circa. We're at Joe's on Wheat.
We're at
Joe's on Wheat Street here with Circa
Joe's
Sports.
on Wheat Street is the greatest.
The Circa Sports people have been amazing all year long
There
at
they
our
are.
No,
tailgates. Shout out
Circa's
to
been
them.
unbelievable.
And Seth Crane, $5 super chat. Carm and I wearing the same shirt. Good vibes. Bears win by 3 touchdowns. Let's go.
I was ready for Justin to make a surprise appearance tonight. Not happening.
I'm going old school. Way to go, Seth.
Enjoy the game, everyone. We're here. We're watching the game live at Joe's on Weed. We're going to be hanging out with Circa.
Must win.
And we're right back here for the post-game show. As soon as the game is over, we got you covered. Be here.
Let's go, Bears.
Let's go.
We all silly like the mayor.